Hey there! I hope everyone's doing great, and thank you so much for supporting the classic survival horror framework. In this video tutorial series, I'm going to walk you through everything from start to finish. It's all pretty straightforward and easy, but just to make sure everything is crystal clear, I'll explain how everything works from the interaction system to the doors, the enemies, the spawn system, and everything in between. So, let's dive in. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is set up our cameras. Here in the first room, we're gonna place our very first camera. So, I'm gonna grab a BP camera switcher, drop it right here in the first room, and once I position it exactly where I want, I'm also gonna bring in a BP camera for it. Now, because this is the very first camera in the game, the starter camera, it's super important to make sure the Is Primary Camera box is checked. Then we set this camera as the target camera for the switcher. Don't worry about things like map room code, enemy spawner, and all the other details you see here. I'll explain those later when we get to them. We can even add another camera for this same room, super simple. Just bring in another BP camera switcher and another camera. But this time, you don't need to check Is Primary Camera. That's only for the very first one in the whole game. Make sure to leave a little space between the cameras like I'm showing here, so nothing weird happens when switching. Oh, and if you want a camera to follow the player, just tick Follow Player. Let me set that here. Yeah, that looks good. The camera follows the player, which can be super useful for certain rooms or situations. Alright, so now that our cameras are ready, let's set up a door so we can move between areas. I'm gonna grab a BP door, drop it right here, and position it where it fits nicely. For now, I'm not gonna lock the door, we'll just keep it simple so we can test it quickly. Let's see. Camera switch works perfectly. Player changes position just fine, and the door opens without any issues. Wow, looks awesome, right? Right now, there's no cutscene for the door. If you want that classic Resident Evil style door transition, just tick Show Platform Cutscene. I've already prepared a sample cutscene for this door, so you can see exactly how it works, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'll show you later how to actually make your own custom cutscenes for doors. It's easier than you think. Now, let's say we want this door locked, but only from one side. All we have to do is check locked and also locked from other side. Then in key name, type something unique for this door, and don't forget, every door that you want to be locked from one side needs a unique key name. So now, from this side, you can't open it. But if you go around to the other side, it opens just fine. Let me just open this wall to test it quickly. And when you unlock it, you'll see that little "You unlocked it" message pop up. Alright, but what if you want the door locked from both sides? In that case, just check locked and leave locked from other side unchecked. And in key name, put the actual key item's name you want for this door. Now we need a key. So I'm gonna drop a key item into the environment. Fill in the details, name, description, icon, all that stuff. Make sure the type is set to key. If you want this key to open only one door, set number of uses to 1. And this is really important, don't forget. You shouldn't fill in the code field for any item. The system will automatically assign a unique code for it. Also, don't forget the collective name. Every key needs its own unique one, like key 01, key 02, etc. When the player picks it up, it goes right into the inventory. And when they use it, the door opens. Oh, this one's super important, guys. Make sure you set up the facing detection collider box so the player can actually pick up the item. This determines whether the player is facing the item or not, and without setting it up properly, the item just won't be picked up. Since it's a one-time use key, they'll see, you no longer need this key. Discard it, just like in the RE3 Classic. Now, if the same key should open multiple doors, it's easy. Just give those doors the same key name and set the number of uses to however many doors you want it to work on, 2, 3, whatever. That no longer need this key message will only show after you've unlocked the last door it's linked to. Next, I'll quickly show you how you can set up ladders and stairs. It's basically the same as the door system. Again, the facing detection collider is super important here. You'll need to set it up carefully, otherwise it won't work. Other than that, it's all really straightforward. For stairs, just make sure the facing detection collider and the actor's own collision box are set up properly, just like I'm showing in the video. Alright, so how does the enemy system in this framework actually work? Well, I built it to follow the exact pattern from the classic Resident Evil games. That means enemies spawn when you enter a specific room or area, and they despawn when you leave. Simple and efficient. So, the first thing we do is drop a BP enemy spawner into the area where we want enemies to appear. Then, we choose which enemy type it's going to spawn. Here we've got three options: BP zombie sitting, and BP zombie lying down. You can only assign one of these per spawner. You can't assign BP Zombie Master here, and you can't use the Nemesis style monster either. I'll explain later how to spawn that one through a different actor. For this example, I'll go with the regular BP Zombie. Next, under spawn locations, I set exactly where I want it to appear. Then in enemy spawn data, it's really important to give this spawner a unique name, something like enemy spawner 01. I also set enemy to spawn number to however many enemies I want this spawner to handle. Right now, I'm only spawning 1, so I'll set that to 1. After that, I go into my BP camera switcher and add this spawner to my array at index 0 inch this case. Now, when I enter the room, there it is. Our zombie shows up exactly where we told it to. If I want more than 1 enemy from this spawner, I can just add another spawn location and bump the number up to 2. One might spawn over here, and the other over there. But remember, one spawner can only spawn one type of enemy at a time. So you can't mix, for example, a sitting zombie and a lying zombie from the same spawner. If I want a different type, I need to drop in another BP enemy spawner, assign it BP zombie lying down, set its position, give it a different unique name, and add it to the camera switcher's array. Once that's done, you'll see both enemy types appear exactly as expected. The cool part? This system saves enemy states. So, if I wake up a lying zombie, leave the room, and come back, it'll still be awake. Same thing with killing enemies once they're dead. They stay dead. Let's grab a weapon and test it. I'll set it up quickly. Let's say we take down one of these guys. If I leave and return, that enemy's gone for good. The only ones left are the ones I didn't kill. It's exactly like how enemies work in Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. The save system will remember which ones are dead, which ones are awake, and which ones you haven't encountered yet. Last thing for this video, BP Text Interact. This works in 3 modes. The first one is a simple type. The player just walks up, presses Interact, and sees the text. You can put the text directly into the array, and you can have multiple lines if you want. The second type is with camera. This one uses a dedicated camera for the interaction. You set a special text camera plus the current camera. When the player interacts, it switches to the text camera until the text ends. And the last type is with animation. This plays a short animation while interacting, like the player bending down to look at something on the floor, perfect for corpses, notes, or special objects. And that's it for the first video in this tutorial series. Next time, we'll go over some of the more advanced features like the Nemesis-style monster, cutscene player, the save system, and more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.